So good evening, absolutely good evening, everyone, and such a joy to be here as always. Maun is freezing. Oh, do you get snow in Botswana? Curious question. I know parts of South Africa do, but do you get snow, or is it just cold you experience?
Botswana is just hi. Botswana is just cold. We don't get snow,
Mm-hmm.
but we do get water coming in from Angola and going into the Okavango Delta.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had a lot of rains recently, so the rivers are overflowing, the delta is overflowing. Bad for business, but beautiful for the environment. It's all green and wildlife everywhere. And now there's this cold front that's just, oof,
It's a lot.
giving. It's a lot.
I know what that means because yeah, especially when you say bad for business. So when the Delta floods, how does that mess your business?
So, the Delta is one of the Okavango Delta is one of Botswana's biggest tourist attraction areas. So
Yes.
you've got amazingly beautiful lodges in the Delta,
Mm-hmm.
and between April and October is our peak season for tourism. So now because of the flooding, lodges are flooded, roads are flooded.
Mm-hmm.
And even though most of the places you can get to by flying, now landing strips are also flooded in the delta. So, and these floods haven't happened in, I think, 19 years. It hasn't been this bad. So it's been very bad for business. Yeah.
Okay, now we have prayer points to add to our prayer closets for our brethren in Botswana. Thank you, Onika.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Keep us posted. Keep us posted. All right. So a big welcome to everybody to this our weekly hangout. I like calling it a hangout nowadays. And this month we're talking about from seen to sold because we had been talking about last month be seen, be chosen, right? Be seen, be found, be chosen. That was last week. And then now we are saying you have been visible and now we're looking for sales. So we're doing sales and conversions and we are looking beyond visibility because being seen is visibility. So today we're talking about referrals as our secret weapon. All right. Welcome to this space. My name is Chusubit Etalitwala. I am the co-founder at the African MSME Collective. My very good co-founder will be on in a bit. His name is Joe Mukoko. And really what we have set out to do is to build sustainable African businesses from start to finish. So we talk a lot about the systems you need to put in place. We do not assume that you do not know. We take it from the perspective of how do we break what we know into applicable chunks. So we do that every Tuesday at no extra charge. And this is our give back to the community that we have grown in. So really today this whole month we're looking at sales conversions. And the guiding question today is who could refer me and why would they? You see, we always assume that people should tell other people about us, but really, what's in it for them? Why should they refer us? And then we will have a tool that we'll be working through, which is the referral strategy map. And really, at the end of the day, what we want everybody on this call to be able to do is identify referral partners, make clear asks, and have a simple referral pipeline. Remember, in this space, we don't make anything technical. We want it to be applicable, something that you can do immediately from the quiet of your desk. It's a simple, applicable, practical tool. That's really what we're looking to be building. So karibuni sana to the conversation. I hope that you will pick something to apply and you picked something last week that you applied. So, funny story. I was speaking somewhere on Sunday, and a young man came and said to me, one of the reasons I don't like coming to your sessions very often is because every time I come, I've got something that I must apply. I was like, oh, so that's why you don't come. He's like, yeah, because now next time, by the time I come, I won't have applied. So I don't want anybody to feel that pressure. Just do one thing every week, one thing that you can do that will push the envelope for you, that will move you forward. So let's jump into the conversation. Now, why do referrals matter? You see, sales don't only happen through the usual things we've been talking about, visibility, advertising. They also happen when somebody connected to somebody you know who has trusted you, worked with you, or understood the value you have, speaks about it. All right. So let's say we go to an event, and I've done it a lot of times. I'm sitting and I'm somebody saying, "Oh, but I need somebody who does boom, 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 boom." I'm like, I know somebody. I'll do the referral. Right. I had a wedding early in the year, and when we're looking at decorators, the bride asked me, "Do you have options?" I said, "Absolutely." So I gave her three phone numbers. Whether those people close that deal or not was up to them. But I had put their name on the table based from on where I was coming from, experience with them. So a referral happens when someone introduces, recommends, mentions, or connects you or your business to another person who may need what you offer. May need what you offer, which means that the thing you are doing is you have to go and make the final turning of the key, right? But they are sent into your space. I've taken the person from my space and dropped the person into Onika's space. I've taken somebody from my space, dropped them into Wamboi's space, or the other way around. Wamboi hears somebody who needs what I do, and they refer them to me. So they need clarity. If people cannot explain what you do, who you serve, what real problem you solve, they won't be able to refer you. All right. And it's not easy for people to refer things they do not understand. But what a referral does is they turn relationships, trust, and goodwill into practical business opportunities. So we want to be serving people well enough such that they will continue to pass our contacts around. But they're not begging, they're not pressure, they're not using people, they're not asking everybody to send anyone your way. No, 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 no. It's not just becomes noise. And there is a way that we must present ourselves when looking for referrals that causes people to be interested. So, really, a referral is a trusted recommendation. It means somebody has tried whatever it is you have, your product, your service, your skill, your solution. They have experienced it well. They're confident that if somebody else comes to you, they will get equally good service. That's really what it is. And it could come from multiple sources. A past customer, potential customer, being somebody has seen it online and they have looked at the testimonials you have, and they're like, okay, sounds like they will do something. It could be a friend, a supplier, another a fellow business owner, a professional contact, somebody in your community. As long as that person understands your value, they can refer somebody to you. So therefore, a referral is clear, it is relevant, and it is absolutely intentional, not random. Many of us just want to get random things, but we must learn to be intentional. A good referral works best when there is alignment between the person referring, the person being referred, and the solution being offered. So there are three touch points. There is me who refers you, there is T-Bags, my client who needs what you do, and then there's you, Onika, in the middle who provides that solution. So do you now understand why we've kept saying, be clear what problem you solve, what is the solution you offer, so that it is easier for the right people to understand what you do and connect you with the right opportunities, right? Because you have the opportunities, you just need them to be directed to you, or you just need them to be uncovered. Whichever way, it has to be clear what you do, what solution do you provide, and who is the recipient of that solution. Okay, so we have foundational pillars, and we'll just go through them. And I hope as you take your notes and then you can refer to the session later, you will be able to apply them. Number one, the starting line is trust. People need to trust. Trust what? Your product, your quality, your professionalism, consistency, character, results, and even the way you treat people. Let's say you are in the service business. How you make me feel will determine who I bring back to the table for you. We have a local who do amazing goat meat. So guys are like, why don't we choma nyama? I'm like, why have all the pressure when there's somebody in the hood who does it very well? How did we find them? We were referred to them. And then she comes and says, oh, by the way, I have a guy who does amazing doma. Doma is arrowroot. Some people call it taro in the West. So I called this guy for doma. And the first round of doma he brought, I loved. Second round he brought, it was amazing. So then he asked me, would you need somebody to go to the market for you? Because I go to the market. Mm. Now, he has already brought me several rounds of quality product, right? I had been told he has the best Doma ever. So right there, I trust his quality, I trust his professionalism because of the referral that came in. Having settled with him, now if you ask me how I get good produce, I'll give you his number because I can trust him. I can be out of the country. All I need is the list on WhatsApp. We will send it by 6 a.m. He will go to the market, he will deliver by 1, and we're good to go. Then he'll send me the bill and I will pay. So referrals are built before the ask is made. Before you are able to ask me to refer, you need to have built trust, right? So trust becomes what makes me feel safe attaching my name to yours. Because when I refer somebody to you, I am lending you my credibility. Same thing when people say, oh, I'm looking for a job, then you put their name on the table and you're left wondering. Most of us don't understand that when I put your name in the ring, it's my credibility at stake. So are we the kind of people who can be trusted? Um, so the next thing we're asking is, who would confidently recommend me? Because just because they have seen it, given it attention, doesn't mean it will move them to action. And if the answer is not yet strong, you must improve everything in your process because trust is the foundation of referrals. So referrals begin with trust. What is it that people didn't enjoy? Was it your delivery? Was it the experience of the product? Was it the quality? We need to consistently seek out those, unpack them, and improve on them so that trust in us is not eroded. Number two, a clear message is gives birth to easy referrals. So when people know exactly what you do, it's easy for them to refer. About if you said about me, she does business things. So what business things? Is she doing finance? Is she doing marketing? Is she doing business support services? What business things? Or sometimes he helps people with strategy. Which level of strategy? Which people? Is it individuals? Is it large corporations? They do events. What part of events? Events is, we were told there are 12 major sectors in events and I think 116 subsectors. We're like, yeah. So now when you say I do events, which sector? So what we must do is we must create awareness, which will then create a strong lead. So a clearer referral sounds something like this. He helps SMEs set up accounting systems and understand their numbers. Not ye ni mtu wa finance. Then you go to him, you discover he's for big corporation finance and you're a small SME and you cannot afford what he does. Or she makes customized coffee gift boxes for teams, clients, and events. It's very clear. At not she does gifts. Ye ni mtu wa gifts, right? So what you have to do is be clear about what you do so that when somebody talks about you, they know exactly what you do and how to say it in simple language. So a clear message is an easier referral. So the easier your message is to repeat, the easier it is for others to see, understand, it will make it so much easier to refer you. So it goes back to fundamentals we talk about all the time. Who do you serve? What problem do you solve? What kind of opportunity are you looking for? And how can the person connect to you? Remember, this goes back to our niche and target audience, the problem that is so extreme in their lives that they're willing to pay for it to be solved, and then where they are and how we find them and how they find us. So when you get your fundamentals right, that's why those things are not just marketing fundamentals, they're the fundamentals of the business. You will find that you can repeatedly use them in different spaces. And in the space we're talking about today, knowing those things clearly makes your message simple enough to pass on. So if we go back to the previous example, we plan intimate weddings for couples who want beautiful, well-organized celebrations. You know that if you're not into intimate weddings, this particular person is not from you. If we said they plan destination weddings for couples who want something exquisitely and away from the norm, then you know that if you're the person for the standard that you have to bus in your relatives from wherever it is they're coming, that you must have many, many, many people, you know, destination weddings are not yours. So the clarity of the message is then what ensures that the referral works well. Everyone is a referral partner. Let's get that straight. A referral partner is somebody who has access to people you want and can serve. And they have enough trust or understanding about you and your product to connect you to them. This is a strong referral partner. They serve the same audience, but solve a different problem. So they're not your direct competitors, but they're close enough to your customer's world to notice where your solution is needed. So for instance, I am a planner and I know you needed a florist. It's easy for me as a planner to bring on a florist, to bring on a sound person, to say, okay, I am maybe what you need is somebody who does XYZ, and I have the link to that person, right? So what we're able to do is when we are in the same industry, similar field, but different, we deal with a different dimension of the industry, then it's easy to refer one to another. Our default, however, is to try and build that line of business, and many of us get derailed from our core business, and that is how our businesses begin to falter. So your network is amongst your friends, your customers, your encouragers, connectors, potential clients, existing clients, past clients, and really, sometimes you just have strategic partners where you do this one thing in their mix, and so you get consistent work. But not everybody is a referral partner. All right. A good referral is very specific. Now think about it, and we've touched on it a bit. Should be referred. What problem are they facing? What solution do you offer such that you answer that problem? And how should the introduction happen? When people have a simple path to follow, it is very easy to move away from feeling pressure to them understanding very clearly what it is about you that makes you the best person to handle their business. That's what referrals are. It's really the system upon which we build our comms, we build our community connections, so that when somebody sees something that looks like Chisubire, they will call me immediately. And they'll be like, I have seen something that looks like you. Please have a look at it. Can I send somebody to you? How do I send them to you? And what you have done is you have completely mapped it out. All right. So many of us say, please refer business to me or send some people my way, support my work. And how? How? Support your work doing what? It would be easier to say, our founder struggling to turn visibility into sales. Please share this session with them. If you know somebody who's looking for support as they transition in their business, please send them to me or share this link with them or share this piece of information with them. On that piece of information you share, there had better be a very clear way for this person to find you, right? If you know a parent looking for structured holiday learning activities, please send them this catalog. The catalog will outline the activities. The catalog will also outline how to find you. It will have testimonials in it. You will have completely showcased how you have supported other parents with children in the same age bracket to not just keep them engaged, but to learn and be transformed over the sessions they have come to you. So it has to be specific, right? And then we need a follow-up system. Now, many times, somebody refers someone to you, and you take the contact and you go quiet, right? So step number one, thank the person who has referred this individual to you, all right? Then contact your potential customer quickly, soon as possible. If you get the contact in the evening, please try and contact them within 24 hours. Why? Because the person is still remembering. I remember we had a conversation with somebody and they said, I'll get in touch with you. We were on an online meeting and we were chatting. We had similar mindsets and things we could do together. They said, I'll get in touch with you. And the person reached out 7 weeks later. So they're like, the last time we're having a conversation, that's all I said, Nani mwenzangu, because I didn't have their number. Who am I speaking to? I'm so and so we met in this and this place. I'm like, aha. When you said, I'm like, please revisit the conversation for me. Because they positioned the conversation or the context of their coming like a verbal conversation we had. So it took me like a whole 5, 6 minutes to figure out. I'm like, oh, you're the one I was chatting with on that meeting 7 weeks ago. Yeah, you've forgotten. I told the guy it was 7 weeks ago. You said you contact me. My expectation was in 48, maximum 72 hours, I'd hear from you. I have since moved on. I forgot about this conversation because it's 7 weeks. So that points out you must introduce yourself clearly after you have reached out quickly. Then you confirm the need, explain what the next step would be, and follow up if they do not respond. Now, usually rule of thumb is we talk today, I will ask you when should I reach out? In case I don't hear from you, when should I get back to you? They say maybe tomorrow afternoon. You call them tomorrow afternoon. They say, please remind me on this and this day. After 3 tries, you ask them, please let me know when would be ideal for you. So you go back 3, 4 times, all right? And you also update the person who referred you. So you said, thank you for the referral. I will reach out. Then when you have had the complete conversation, whichever way it goes, come back and say, you remember you referred me to so-and-so? This is how it went. I remember I was doing a wedding when I was still in the wedding industry. And somebody sent me one of her friends and I told her, please don't tell people I did your wedding for free because her husband used to work with us and we gave it as a complimentary from the business. So her friend comes thinking she can get me to charge very little. And then she did all her madness. And then at the end, she said, your friend didn't help me. My mistake was when it became dramatic, I did not tell the person who referred her to me that it had become dramatic. So long after the event was a mess because I declined. I was not able to work with the parameters she had. This lady comes and asks me, what happened? I said, your friend. There's a side of your friend you don't know. So when I explained, certain things that happened on the day began to make sense to them. So when somebody refers someone to you, always go back and update the person. This is what happened, this is what we agreed on, and we delivered safely, or this is where we disagreed and we parted ways. Why? Because this person has lent you their credibility. All right? So a system could look like a list of partners. It's a clear message they can forward. It's a short description of your ideal customer. Then you have a way of tracking the list of referred leads, a follow-up plan, and a thank you message after each referral. You see, systems are what will keep us safe and continuing, and they matter more than the hustle. The hustle means we're just doing things and crossing our fingers and hoping we'll hit something. When we have systems, we have a repeatable process that can show us gaps, blind spots, and feedback so that then we can continue to grow. If you are with me up to there, let me do a RF. Let me see an RF, letter R and F for frog in the chat so that I know we're still together. If we're together, please let me see that in the chat. If you're not, ask a question. All right, excellent, we're together. So what we are saying is you should not have to remember everything top of mind. You can use a simple spreadsheet. Excellent, I can see you all. You can do a notebook. You can have a customer relationship management system. On WhatsApp, you can have a label so that this person is marked and tagged that they're marked and tagged that there's a response pending, or you could use a notes app. Some people do these things in Notion and many other places. Point is, you must track who referred whom and what happened next. Because the goal is to make referrals intentional. The goal is to track the outcome of those referrals. The goal is to close them and turn them into business as often as possible. So what we must ensure that we have is a simple system. You see, I've said even a simple spreadsheet or a notebook, start where you are and then build from there. All right? So let's talk about the referral strategy map. Okay? This is how we're going to build our referral strategy. So you must identify your current offer. What product, service, package, event, or solution do you want people to refer? Do not say, refer my business. Yeah, what about your business? So what is the product? A 60-minute clarity session for small business owners. The other one could be customized gift boxes for corporate teams. Another service could be bridal makeup for intimate weddings, or makeup services for your live recordings, right? My bookkeeping cleanup service for MSMEs. Have a very specific thing you want people to be told about. You may have multiple products, but you will get referrals from different people for different products. So if you have multiple products, do this map for each of your products, all right? Number two, define the ideal, my technology. Okay, define the ideal person. And we've done this over and over and over again. If you go to our YouTube channel, Afrikan MSME Collective, Afrikan MSME Collective, Afrikan has a K. You will find we did niche clarity and we also did customer avatars. So this is, you pull the information for your customer avatar and then you ask yourself, which avatar is the right person for this product? You're thinking about business type, life stage, problem, budget range, urgency, everything, including their current frustration. All right. And then that becomes your starting line. So I'm looking for brides planning intimate weddings who want personal, elegant, and well coordinated styling. That means this is not for the planner, this is for the person doing their clothing. And styling, you would then, if it includes down to jewelry, shoes, and everything else, then you make that clear. All right. I'm looking for business owners who need clean financial records before applying for funding. So then we know that as we support entrepreneurs to get funding ready, that place of finances, which here we say kizungumkuti, which is the most difficult part, is that where we will call you in. So we know that in our pipeline for funding preparation, so and so is the plug. All right. So then if I'm just a business owner who just wants basic books to make my returns doable, then you are not the person for me. And if all the people I know are just looking for basic books, then you are not the person for them. I know I can't be your referral partner. All right. So you identify your current offer, you define the ideal person, and then you list possible referral partners who already knows my work or has bought from me or used my service before. Who serves the same audience and hears the problems I solve. Who is respected by my target customer and could naturally introduce me. And as you can see, there are many categories of people we could be reaching out to. Why is that important? When you come through your community and understand who your referral partners are relative to the different products you do, you now are able to have meaningful conversations as opposed to, are you looking for anything? Actually, we're looking for full circle support. What is full circle support? What? Right? You're able to come and tell people exactly what they need, and you're able to now from your contact list. Many of us have up to 1,000, 3,000 contacts. In your contact list, who is the ideal partner? I'll give an example. Part of my work in the diocese is we do a teens conference every year, and we're at the point of planning speakers. And when I hit a wall, I called one of my brothers who's also a minister, and I said, I need your help. So today, he became my referral partner. We got into a meeting. I showed him the concept note, the categories, the things we're looking at. And then he began to, based on the topical issues we're pursuing, began to rifle through his contact base. And right there in his contact base, he gave me two potential leads, which I've asked him to follow up. And this evening, just as we started, I got a response for one of those ones. But as we're sitting there and he's helping me clarify who we're speaking to, then other people came to mind who I also reached out to. And for some, I've gotten responses, others were waiting. So, my possible referral partner in this particular project is somebody who's in the same role as I am. All right. But we do not work on the same identical thing. He knows a lot of teens and youth pastors in the city and outside, so he becomes my resource because he's one of them, right? So who already knows the work you do and can vouch for you and is respected by your target customer who can naturally introduce you. So you can see how we have to build incrementally. And why they would refer to you. So back to my brother, he knows we deliver good product. He knows our programs for young people are powerful, and he believes in what we do. And he knows that by supporting us to get the right speakers, 300 young people across the diocese will have their lives transformed and their faith strengthened. So he is in the mix with us, and he can see how there is mutual benefit. So they must trust your work. There has to be something that is in it for them. So do not assume people know why they should refer you. Make the value you deliver absolutely clear. That way, then, when people put your name on the table and lend you their credibility, you will return their credibility back with profit, because that credibility they've given you has not only opened a door, but it's allowed you to convert another client. Now you see how the referral conversion is your headache, not the person who brought them in. So you create a simple message that you can give to your potential referee to share with other people. I used this session as the example. There is a free QSS session this Tuesday on referrals and sales conversion for SMEs. It may help you think through how to turn relationships into business opportunities. So now, anybody who's at that place of looking for that, you send it to them and they show up. You see how the poster always has a caption about what we are learning? That is to sieve, so that in the rooms that we post it in, and we post it in very many groups and on our very many statuses, what happens is in the room where we post it, somebody who um, is in need of whatever it is we've put there will click the link. Or at least they will ask, and this is the most common question, are these guys legit? Okay. So those are things we must be thinking about. So let's dive into some examples. I won't read all of them, of course, because they're on the screen. I'll just pick a couple. Um, if you know a business owner struggling to clarify their offer and attract the right customers, please contact us. I help MSMEs simplify their message and build practical growth direction. So if I'm the one who's there, I'm trying to sell Naifiki, it doesn't arrive on the other side, it isn't received well, people don't buy, then I know potentially this is somebody I can talk to. As a coach, if one of my coaches comes and says, this is what I'm struggling with, then I know how to refer them and who to refer them to, right? If you know a bride looking for unique wedding flowers for a beautiful destination or intimate wedding, I would be grateful for an introduction. It's clear what you're looking for, right? Options is if you know a founder who is visible but not converting, that attention called converting that attention into sales, please invite them to join this week's QSS session. So it is very clear what you are doing. It's clear who you're talking to. It's clear what their issue is. And it's clear that you will have the right solution for them. So when we begin to do these things, there are some mistakes that we make along the way. Number one is assuming that good work automatically creates referrals. Good work helps. Let's not discount it. But people may still need a reminder. Maybe make the call for you, or they may need simple language to use, or they may need a very clear ask. So many of us assume I will build this beautiful thing and everybody will tell everybody else about it. Not always true. Some people are just naturally gatekeepers. They know you make amazing body butter, but they will tell nobody. And so your skin looks so good. Yeah, I found some really good products. And then silence. Not, do you know, I found this brand. This is the brand. How do I get it? Here's the number. No, 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 no. Some people just want to be the ones with the best results. So clearly ask somebody for help. All right. And give them the language to use to ensure that they are able to refer you. So don't assume that good work automatically creates results. Secondly, asking everyone to refer us. Remember, we've said not everyone is your referral partner. So if just you're asking just anybody who you're not even sure how they would tie in or build into what you have, what value they will bring, if you're not sure of that, then it weakens your referrals. So be very specific about the kind of person you want to serve and the kind of person you want to represent you. All right? Mistake number 3 is making your offer difficult to explain. The key is simplicity. If somebody is going to put your name on the table or put your business on the table, it needs to be short, easy to understand, and easy to say. Long explanations lose people. And if I have to explain this thing the long way. I don't want to look like I don't know because somebody will ask me questions I cannot answer. So how do you make your offer as simple as possible? I remember trying to explain what I do to somebody, and it took me 5 minutes to explain it, and they still didn't get it. That brought me straight back to the drawing board because it told me I was not clear. So if you find yourself struggling to explain things to people, drawing board, Jenny drawing board, just come back to the drawing board. That will help you clarify. All right? Mistake number 4, slow follow up. Remember my story of somebody who took 7 weeks to get back to me? Referral is a warm opportunity. It is not hot. You will find a flame and it will is think about it as the embers of a fire. When you're lighting a wood fire, you're going to cook with firewood. You have your kindling and that little flame that begins to flicker. Or you have the embers at the end of when you're burning, that if you remove the ash and blow it right, it will come up as a fire. Think about every referral as either of those two, either kindling that's lighting or the embers of a fire that is going out. So it is a warm opportunity. If you delay, that lead can not only grow cold, it can go cold and wet. I told some of you when it started, it's raining here. If we had not removed the firewood from outside and we want to come in and light the fire because it's cold, it is it will take us much longer if it lights at all. So respond with speed, clarity, and professionalism. Remember, I said when you get a lead, try and reach out to the person within 24 hours, right? And finally, the one of the big mistakes we make is we forget to appreciate the person who referred us. How many of us have done this? You forget that, oh, Joe referred me, so I forget to say thank you to Joe. Gratitude matters. People don't necessarily want big things, but it is nice to be appreciated. So even if the referral does not convert immediately, be thankful. The person put your name somewhere and means there is value you deliver, but there's also value coming towards you. Appreciation strengthens our relationships and keeps the referral pathway warm. There are some people you send them referrals and they begin to behave like they're entitled to your referrals. I've watched it happen. You don't send me people anymore. You have never said thank you. You have never told me the outcome of all the referrals I've sent you. And then you're coming complaining to me. What do you think my likely response would be? I'll go the other way. Because I have lent you my credibility and you have not appreciated it. You've taken it for granted. All right. So as we wind down the conversation, this is what I want you to think about. What is one offer you can do this month? There are two reflections we will have today. I let me see if I can drop them in the chat. I think I should be able to drop them in the chat in a bit. So what we want you to be able to do, we want you to be able to think about where you are. What is one offer you can give? Just one offer, right? And then of that one offer, one person you want referred, what they're struggling with, how does your offer help them? Remember, all this you will pick from your customer avatar, right? You will have defined your niche and then defined your avatar. So you will go back there and look at which of these people fits into your into the product you want publicized. And then when you have done that, who are the best people to refer you? Why would they refer you? And the easiest way for you to introduce it to them. And what is your ask? So if it is to send them a text message that they can, or a message they can share on WhatsApp with a flyer, that would be amazing. So what do you want them to do? So this is what I want us to think through. We'll share these slides. You see, because this is a reflection of the people we remember the best people to refer us That is what we think about on this particular slide. Trusts our work. So now we are mapping our strategic referral partners. All right. It's people who trust our work. So think about your work. Who trusts you? Who has access to the kind of customer you want to serve? Think about that. Who has that kind of access? All right. Can they clearly explain what you do and who you help? Remember, you have to be clear not just about who you serve, but who your referral partners are. And go through this list of questions, because what will end up happening is you will define or design the simple sentence you can use, send to them to introduce you, and then you will also design your follow-up system. Remember, we always said you must follow up, not just the customer that is referred to you or potential customer, but also the person who referred somebody to you. So your referee and your potential customer. So you build this system in advance. So this is really the questions leading to building the system we've been talking about. This allows you to quickly respond if somebody says, I mentioned you to so and so, and this is what they wanted. You have a place you can go, grab the information you want, it is all prepared, and send it out. Remember, we always say, have your profile somewhere, your flyer somewhere, your key asks, your key product features, have them somewhere easily accessed. So let's add this to those things you have somewhere easily accessed. So that when somebody asks, Ebu, tell me exactly what you do, you have 2 to 3 sentences written out of exactly what you do. So you're like, this is what we do. And what are the products you have? Boom, boom, boom. You met somebody who really needs what you have. Let's send, you're like, no, 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 send it in this order, because you have your information together. One of the things I'm learning to do on all my projects is have that clustered information, so that when somebody says, can I do a quick look at what you do? Quick look is ready. It's ready to roll. And it comes from going through these 2 reflections. So really what I want us to do is ask ourselves not how we can get more customers, but who already knows somebody we can help. Because that's the foundation of referrals. They're about somebody who understands you clearly enough to recommend you. Now, once you are recommended, you are the one who closes, eh? You're the one who closes this deal. So, whereas visibility gets us attention, trust and clarity help people say our names in the right room. So the question to ask yourself is, who already knows somebody you can help? This is what I've already asked us to do, but in a simpler version. Choose one offer, identify 5 partners, and this is how you identify your 5 partners. Write one clear referral ask, send it with confidence to your 5 identified partners, and track the responses. Will they always respond immediately? No. But you follow up well. And I know we have multiple products, multiple offers. For this week, I beg, please do one. Just do one. Why? You test it on one, see how it goes, and then adjust for more. And then now that you have the rhythm in place, you do the next offer and the next offer. So we build referrals by serving well, communicating clearly, honoring relationships, and making it easy for people to connect us to the right opportunities. Not through manipulation, pressure, or exaggerated promises. So let's think about how we are building. Are we serving and communicating and honoring and making it easy for people? Or do we sound like we're whining, complaining, and manipulating people to give us work? I think we know which one gets us more work. More questions or reflections. What is one thing you are going away with? Reflections, feedback. I would love to see some of those. Anyone?
Anyone? I have a question.
Go
First,
ahead.
thank you for the awesome content.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate this particular session. My question is, in identifying partners, what's the key consideration to make from your point of view?
All right. In identifying partners, what's the key consideration to make? Allow me to go back to just before our referral system. Yeah. It needs to be somebody who has access to the people you want to connect with and serve. And they have enough trust and understanding to connect you to them. So it's two things. One, they are in contact with your next customer, your potential customers, right? They are also aware that we're not competitors. We're serving different sides of the same coin if you are in the same industry, or there is a need I've seen in people around me that you can meet. So they have access to people you want and they trust your work, which means more often than not, they have partaken of your services, whatever they may be. You also have to have a similar energy. Sometimes people refer because they want you to give them a kickback. If that is against your value system, that's not a referral partner. I have had instances where people say, we will bring you people, but you must pay us X amount from every referral we give. And sometimes it's above even what you're charging for that particular person. So that is, you are being exploited. So ensure that your referral partner is accessing the right people. So if they put your name on the table, it's in the right space, number one. And number two, they have enough trust and understanding of what you do and your capacity to deliver. So when you do an event and you look for partners, again, you also have similar value system. You also have similar value systems. So it's around those matters that we begin to choose and connect with our referral partners. Does that help?
Yes, thank you very much.
Fantastic. So I see one of the biggest issues we faced in creative spaces is dealing with certain clients who consider you their secret weapon and would rather keep you that way, as referring you might be revealing their battle secret, so to say. What are your thoughts on this? This works, especially when you are working like with agencies. So let's say, and I know some people in our spaces are um, working with agencies or subcontracted one way or the other. So in that part, depending on the kind of contract or agreement you have with them, first of all, they're not good referral partners. So you need to be building other relationships that will get you additional work from different sources. That's number one. Number two, when people use you as a secret weapon, does your contract compensate you enough for you to be a hidden weapon? And I know sometimes people will think I'm crazy, but if it doesn't compensate you enough, then you're if you're a subcontractor or a consultant, as long as you don't have a non-compete, you can build a body of work that will now help other people refer you. But a person like this has no intention of referring you, none whatsoever. So if they're your complete bread and butter and you have no other option, then you will remain a hidden secret. So are you somehow cataloging your body of work as a creative and putting it out in spaces where other people can find you, see you, trust your work, and refer you? Some people are just not good referral partners. So we just need to breathe and leave them alone because they will not help us get to where we want to go. And for some people, that may sound drastic, but the reality is some people are just not good. That's it. There's nothing we can do about it. So if they want to keep you as a secret weapon and never reveal that you're there, then you do have the option of doing other bodies of work that other people can see, and then you can begin to get your referrals from there. Some people also say that you're not able to share the work you do for them. Like I used to work for an agency. I was doing storytelling. I was writing for them, and the contract they gave had you can never use the work you use as a reference. So I asked them, you want me to give you the best of my brain and never be able to talk about it? So what I did is I asked for, there was an amendment in one of the clauses that said for 6 months of after the I cannot talk about the projects I'm working on for the duration of the project, and I think 4 to 6 months after that. Post that, because it is my work, I am allowed to use it as part of my references. And that gave me an amazing opportunity then to, yes, delay talking about it, but use it later. So what we must learn to do is, if there are clauses in the contracts that they are giving us that do not sit right with us, first of all, every contract you get, have your own legal look at it. I remember I was doing a project for an organization in the British Virgin Islands, and the clause said that in case of any problems, all conversations, all queries will be handled in the courts in BVI only. My Kenyan legal said no. So when I brought it up, they're like, but everybody just signs. I said, I'm not everybody. This clause for me is a deal breaker. So they asked what we wanted, and legal just added we would agree on which court it would be filed in. Because this meant that if we had a dispute, I would have to go to BVI and get legal counsel in BVI, right? So that's the other thing we must do. Sometimes our contracts restrict us from getting good referrals. So let's also watch the contracts that we sign. All right? So what if the perfect referral partner wants a kickback for making the connection? Now, there is a thing that is legal called a finder's fee. It's usually under 15%. There are people who make their living by connecting people between work. That is legal. There are other people who will come and tell you, this is the price, inflate it by this, and give me the difference. Those ones, avoid. But even when there are people who want to be paid a finder's fee, is that actually going to compromise your work? Is it that you're making them take work from other people, or are we doing open bidding? You will need to figure out a mechanism to weigh those things and sieve those things. And if it doesn't work for you, this sounds crazy, but walk away. Yes, I know people say, but we have to eat. If your conscience will not let you sleep, I actually walked away from contracts like that because I saw it go south. I used to work somewhere, and somebody brought us work, told us that this work is very simple, but bill X millions. Us guys were taking like under 500,000, and were left with all the tax obligations. First installment came, they were critically aware that the second installment would not come. They did not tell us. We were left with tax obligations from here to Mercury and back. And because you've never been paid, now you have to figure out how to slowly declare as you generate the income over several years to pay it off. So having seen that, eh, if my conscience tells me I will not sleep, we're not going there. So you need to figure out what is your standard. That's why, remember, we said not everybody is a good referral partner. You set the standards for your referral partners. That's what it must be. You set the standards and you keep moving. So look at your contracts and what they say. look at your communities and who you can build with, and then look at your values and build around those three. Do we have any more questions? Any more feedback? All right. Let me hand the reins over to you, Mr. Mukoko.
Thank you very much, Coach Chesubere, for such a fantastic, amazing, impactful session. And my takeaway is in C: clarity, collaboration, credit. Be clear what it is you're asking for, pick who you collaborate with, and give them credit. They continue being your ambassadors. So thank you for that powerful session. So I can see the chat space is coming up. You can put your words of about to speak in Swahili, then I remembered. You can say your thank yous using the chat space or using the emoji button. Thank you very much, Coach Chesubere. Thank you so much for graciously taking us through that session. And it got me thinking, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Who can we talk to? Who can refer us? And what we do? And Vicky is here. Hey, Vicky, I'll be reaching out to you to refer. Thank you for being an awesome collaborator. So ladies and gentlemen, beyond today, what do we envision? Number one, we thrive in feedback. We enjoy feedback. Feedback allows us to tailor the content that we deliver to you, and also that helps us to tailor the conversations that we have. So kindly fill in the feedback form and let us hear from you as you have heard from us today. And when we hear from each other, then we will see where points of collaboration are, and we keep on growing. So thank you very much for being here. And for those of us who've not yet joined our community, we would ask you to join. You can share the link in your spaces. When we started out, initially we did not want to have a community. We just wanted to be teaching and going. Then, due to public demand, we were told, kindly have a community where we can come and patch. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the circle exists to grow you and I as we move together as leaders, catalysts in the spaces that we work, one step at a time, one action at a time, one change at a time, as we drive impact in the communities that God has allowed us to serve in. Allow me to thank all of you for being in this space today. Our regular visitors, we appreciate you and thank you. You have enabled us to keep on moving, especially with the feedback that you have been giving us. As we draw this to a close, tomorrow morning is a big day for us. Chesubere will be sharing the link. We are graduating our first cohort of Women in Digital Business. Like I said again, it's called Women in Digital Business, but even a man can do it. I have done the course and I'm doing the TOT. I'm not a woman, but it's called Women in Digital Business. Very inspiring conversations that they've had. They were in class for more than about 10, 11 weeks. And finally, the day has come that then they get their matching orders to go and use the knowledge that they have received to work. The course allows us to iterate a bit, and so part of the additional information that we put together for them was how tips and hacks of just keeping and being able to run their businesses well. So looking forward to the ceremony tomorrow morning, and looking forward to cohort 2 that will be launching in June. So look out for the poster. Allow me to thank our sponsors this evening. They have allowed us to keep running. Their collaboration helps us to run. And Vicky, who is on call today, is one of our collaborators. So Vicky, thank you very much. So to AFI Solutions, China Publishers, Regroup, Shala Global, the Cube Innovation Hub, Akiko Stories, Haki Integrated Services, SOA Events Institutes, Aura Essentials, Thai Events, Conscious Works Consult, Zurich Consulting and Business Support Africa, we say thank you, a big thank you for working with us this journey. Ladies and gentlemen, when we tell you collaboration, we also bring collaboration home, and then we add it to the ingredients of AMC, and then we serve you the meal that we are serving. So thank you very much, our partners. Chesubire, do we have the poster for the Nairobi Startup Summit? We shall be sharing it in the group.
I have it. I always click and I go to the page.
Okay. So we are Africa MSME Collective and SOA Events Institute, represented by Vicky, are part of the partners of the Nairobi Startup Summit and Awards, being held on Thursday 28th and Friday 29th May. The cost has gone up to 5,000 shillings, but if you would like to attend and you're a member in our community, kindly send us a message and we shall be able to negotiate for you the discounted rate. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. To our muscles, Miss Tibag, Mr. Kwe, Miss Mimo, Miss Julia, Miss Felicity, Miss Wamboi, thank you so much for helping us put together the shows, putting together the content, putting together the messaging, and being able to act on feedback as it comes in. We are grateful for your support, and we are happy and proud parents to be working together with you. T-Bags, don't worry that you're older than us, but here we are proud parents of you. So thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a good evening, and as we sign off, Chesubire, your parting shot.
It's important to figure out who we want to collaborate with, and that for me is a big one. Who are our ideal partners who will ideally refer us to places? So we choose wisely, we choose carefully. We are responsible for our choices, so let's make the right choices for our businesses.
All right. Thank you very much. You're responsible for our choices, so let's make the right choices for our business. And that's where we end the show this evening. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon. You are blessed, and may the work that you put in, the efforts that you put in, and the work that you put in be rewarded. See you next week. I remain yours truly, the original Josie Mukoko. Bye.
You missed the S.
Oh, no, that the S is on official documentation. The C is part of the branding. Thank you.
Thank you,
Look for
everybody.
someone, refer someone, choose wisely, run, grow your business with collaboration.